Yep, I'm back. And here I am in front of more Halloween. This is my August Halloween hunting / haul video. I thought I was done back in July, but I'm here to tell you, or at least my kitchen island is here to tell you, I found some more goodies. So let's go for some fun. Let's get in my car and drive around. But before that, if this is your chance to return to my channel and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. My goal is by Halloween to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're growing. And a lot of you subscribed between now and a couple of weeks ago, so thank you so much. I really want to get there, so I can only get there with your help, and I'm really loving doing these episodes for all of you. So please, please, please subscribe. All right, enough of me begging. Let's get shopping so that I can unveil the exciting, fabulous things that I found for Halloween 2025. Let's go. Hello, summertime peeps. It is middle of August and it is hotter than Hades. And again, I'm heading out to look at Halloween. I know, I must be sick in the head, but I don't know about all of you. Have you seen Halloween lately? Halloween this year has been outstanding. Such fun, creative collections from every place, from Dollar Tree to HomeGoods to Michael's to IKEA. So I am taking my car, and I'm going to stop for a moment so I'm not driving and talking the whole time. But I'm about to head on out to Michael's because they have some new collections. I think it's like the second wave, and I want to go and see it in person. I also want to go next door to HomeGoods and check them out. And I did a little shopping before I got onto this phone, and I want to share one more round of Halloween that I bought. Yes, I did it. I spent some. I did something at Costco. I did something at another HomeGoods the other day. And I think you're going to like it. I really do, because I can't wait to show you how to decorate with this in about a month, right? Like in a month, I'm going to start. But yeah, let's go in and window shop and see some fun things at Michael's and HomeGoods in Westwood, Massachusetts. And then I'll do some unpacking so you can see some of the stuff I've been collecting over the last week or so. I may have even made a Lego haunted mansion that I want to share with you. So come with me. Let's get our spooky on. Meanwhile, sip on a nice tea or a mint julep because it's hot. All right. Welcome back to summertime, everybody. Let's go and have some fun. Yay, we made it to Michael's. Totally forgot there's an at-home next door. No, not at home. HomeSense. So maybe we go and take a peek over there too. Just a quick peek. All right, let's go in and see what they have at Michael's. Let's go. All right. Well, I am glad I went to Michael's and HomeSense. The Michael's setup was not fully out, but I think what they did was they placed items, either that or just weird coincidence that most of the stuff was worn down, picked through down to one. But anyway, they did have the additional like spooky ballroom collection, and there's like almost like a romantic skeleton collection, and then there's like a witch collection. I know, looking at the website, I believe I saw coming soon like an Alice in Wonderland setup, and one of in the pick area, it almost looked like a Mad Hatter's hat. But anywho, I did pick a couple of things. I was good. I spent $40. That was after some coupons and some vouchers, but I bought very minimal because I think I'm almost done with what I need for my office, which is a witch theme. And yeah, and then I also got one more thing for the dining room from a detail. So I'll show that stuff to you when we unveil everything at home. Now, speaking at home, but not at home, HomeSense. I'm glad I went over there, not because I bought anything, but it really made me feel better on the haul that I spent back in July. My favorite purchase so far this season is the Headless Horseman that I found at HomeSense. And I haven't seen this version of the Headless Horseman at any of my local HomeGoods, TJ Maxx's, Marshall's, or any other HomeSense locations. And this was the only one. I think from watching other YouTube Halloween influencers out there, I believe this wasn't the first time this item was sold through the HomeGoods chain. So maybe it was a leftover from last year. I don't know, but I'm just really grateful I grabbed it for my July haul. And everything looked kind of picked over. And I'm showing you right now, like there were some cute things, cute little mummies, some cute things in the dishware. But as far as what I've been seeing still in HomeGoods, where things just seem to be new every week, this place felt a little picked over. So I'm glad I went there just for peace of mind. I don't think I need to go back. But Michael's definitely, I like their new lines. I'll show you what I bought. I am right now in front of a HomeGoods in Westwood. So I'm going to go and take care of taking a peek in there with the intention of not getting anything. So I'll do my best to budget myself, but I will film if I see anything that is new. Because I did do some filming earlier for some other HomeGoods, because like I said, there's something new every week, and it's really exciting. They are outdoing themselves this year. HomeGood complete. I forgot it's a HomeGood Marshall's combination. I went in without a cart. May have come out with a cart. Hey, before you all say, Summer, you said, you're right. I said I wasn't going to buy anything. And there are actually a couple of things that were still on my list that they finally had. I will say, and it's probably, again, because this is a really busy location. The last time I was here, I had the same feedback, which was the merchandising here. It feels like they're so busy that they're just throwing things on shelves. I don't feel as organized. Now, when I went to the HomeGoods last week in Plainville, which I'm showing right now, things felt much more organized. They had a ton of stock, and it just felt like the items were more cared for, and it was a really busy day, but it didn't feel like someone just unpacked and threw it on the shelf, where this one has that feeling. But I was still, of course, able to find some treasures, and I truly feel that I'm done. I did a couple impulse shops standing in line for the kitchen, but it was like these final detail things that I'll share with you. So I should be done. All right, let's go home and let me show you the treasures that I've been accruing over the last week or so and share with you my August Halloween haul next. We're back in my kitchen now, and we're going to start with CostCo, which I did prior to getting in the car video that you saw. In my July Costco overview of Halloween, they didn't have a ton of things, but they did have some fun pillows, doormats, some Mickey pumpkins, and what they also had at the time was a Lego and some pumpkins that I was gravitating towards. Well, August came and I went back and they added to the collection, but I noticed two things. Number one, this was running out. This is the 3-in-1 Lego set that I'll talk more about in a few minutes. But it went from a full pallet down to a much smaller box. And my concern was it wasn't going to be there much longer. So I did grab it. And in a second, I'm going to show you me building it so you can enjoy what the final Haunted Mansion Lego set looks like. But before we get there, I want to actually talk about these pumpkins, because one thing that I am always thinking about when it comes to Halloween or any kind of decor is, how am I going to store it? I also think about, okay, what do I currently have and what would enhance or complement what I already have in my collection? Well, as I was reflecting on pumpkins, I have, if any of you watched my attic or my organizing Halloween videos, you've been to my attic and you've seen my Halloween section. And I actually have a lot of jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins already. However, this one drew me towards it because it's a black jack-o'-lantern, but has orange inside. So if you put a candle inside, it's going to glow orange from the inside. I also love that this box is holding 3 pumpkins. So let's open this up and let's see how not only do you build them, but also how easy it is to store them when it comes to non-Halloween month. So let's open this up. To get us started, notice that I just took this one pumpkin out of the box, but inside all of the other 2, because there's 3 total, are nested in here. So what I wanted to do with you is actually figure out, how do we open this up together? And what it looks like is, if I stick my hand inside, oh, I see, it's on both sides. They're little latches. Ah, pumpkin gives birth. So these pumpkins, if you look on the inside, you close it up, and there are little latches in here. Okay, to close your pumpkin, and I'm guessing that's how these other 2 are going to work, or at least one more. Yep, yes, there are 2 latches in here. Here's the baby pumpkin. Okay, let's latch this one back. I like how you can do this and layer him like this. Even him out. He's happy. And then this little guy, I don't think you have to worry about the latches because he's the top pumpkin. Ta-da! And they all have little feet too. But there you go. I might save this box, don't know yet. I'm going to put it to the side for now because it might make it so that these are just protected better. But in the meantime, if I didn't want to, you saw how I could just nest them right back in, almost like Russian dolls, right? Where you have one doll within the other. So I like this. I'll put the price, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll put the price and how much I paid for these on the screen. I want to say they were $49, $49-ish, but I could be wrong because I've been buying a few things. All right, so that is the Halloween pumpkin lanterns from Costco. The next thing that I'm going to take you to my sofa now and show you me building this cute Lego Haunted Mansion. Super easy. Think of it as a fun puzzle. For those of you who haven't done Lego in a long time like I haven't. My kiddos, yes, me, no. I actually really enjoyed doing this the other evening. I put on a movie and I built myself a mansion. So here you go. Here I am building some additional fun Lego Halloween. So I broke down at Costco because I noticed the Halloween Lego set was selling out. And it's only the first week of August. And I thought, I will regret it if every time I go to Costco, I look over at the Halloween stuff and say, I shoulda, I coulda. So I did. And I have an avid Lego collector in my family, my oldest. So I know this will be cherished for years to come. All right, so let's see how hard it is to build this Halloween creator set. Now, the one thing you should know about this is one of the August 1st special releases that happened for Lego, but Costco got it 2 weeks prior. And that's what I had on one of my July Halloween hunting episodes. And so the other big deal was when you look at how much this costs online, I think it's averaging somewhere like around $89 or $92 in that ballpark. I only got this at Costco for like $68, $69. So it was a great savings at Costco for something brand spanking new. You'll also notice this is a haunted house, a haunted train, and a haunted pirate ship. Tonight, I'm going to primarily look at the haunted house because it's double-sided. So I'll do a little time lapse and just show you how fun and easy it is to build. If someone my age can do this, anyone can. All right, so let's have some fun and build the official Haunted Mansion for Lego in 2025. Let's go. Okay, I did bag one. So bag one, it's this cute little gate with the lock. Little crazy angry tree. This fun werewolf. And Mr. Skeleton. So next, bag two. Okie dokie, oops. Bag number two done. So part of the castle, I got the window with the boarded up feature. Looks like there's a table with a captain's hat, two captain's hats, and then the tree gets affixed to the base here. And then we also made Mr. Frankenstein. All right, let's now work on bag number three. Okay, bag three done. Now we have two pieces of the castle. And look at the little gallery inside. How cute. And the two figurines that we built with this pack, we have Vampire Lady and Ghost. So now let's do bag number four. Hi again. All right, number four done, but look at this. Little cemetery built. And then on this side, a little clock, and he moves. Do, 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 do. Pretty cool. All right, so I think we're on to bag number bag number five complete. We now have the second level started. And if I carefully turn this around, you will see a cute little organ with some neat candles in there and the beginning of the second story roof. Now to do bag number 6, which is the last one, and then we'll be done. Okay, I am happy to say I have officially completed it. So let me show you a final tour of the Haunted Mansion, a Lego 2025. Okay, so to give you an idea, this is the box and the image. And to scale, here is the mansion. And so it has the little gate. The gate does open, and when you come over to the Haunted Mansion, it actually, you can see from both sides it's finished, but then you can open it. So from the inside there is Mr. Ghost that can pivot to be also, it's hard to see in my light, but that's a jewel. And then down here, that's the captain hat I did earlier. You have the 2 pieces of artwork of Dracula's bride in the house. And then over here, that's the clock. And I know it's hard to see, but you have a little thing where you can go tick tock, kind of cute. And then if I turn this guy around and open him up, then you have the tree with the little graveyard and the little hand coming out, boarded windows, and a little vine coming out. And I love the bat on the top, super cute. And then let's add the little fun minifigs. So there is Mr. Ghosty, Skeleton, Frankenstein, Dracula bride, and then of course, werewolf. So there you have it, all done. Okay, so I took care of that project. Let's look at the rest of the goodies I got from my Halloween hunt. Wasn't that fun? And honestly, really easy. Your trick though is if you're gonna be able to find these anymore. I went back yesterday to my Costco and they were sold out. So if you happen to have any of these left out at your Costco, grab them. There are still plenty available on Lego online, so you still can buy them through Lego. If you have the ability to save a few dollars and buy them from your local Costco, it's definitely worth it and a lot of fun to make. All right, let me clear Costco to the side and we're gonna go to my HomeGoods TJ Maxx purchase that I did and show you some of the goodies that I found. So it is now time to look at HomeGoods TJ Maxx. Everything that I purchased here, I got at the Plainville, Massachusetts location about a week ago, first week of August. And some of the things I'm showing on the screen right now, they had such a nice assortment of Halloween. I went in there purely just to check in. I did the whole, I'm not bringing a cart in, but the merchandising at this place, because they did such a good job at consolidating like pieces to like pieces, so it made it easier for the eye to truly focus in on what they had. I bought 5 bags and 2 statues worth of items purely based off the merchandising. That's how good it was. And I'm hoping you'll have in your area, whether it's HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, you all know Marshalls, HomeSense, they're all the same company. You may find some of these goodies in your neck of the woods as well. But A lot of these things I didn't see in July, and a lot of the stuff I saw in July were gone. So it just proved to me how important it is. If you're seeing stuff on my videos here or any of the YouTube influencers that have any Halloween shopping, especially in the home goods type of stores, grab it, because not only will they be gone, the things that are still there may not necessarily be in the best of shape anymore. Okay, so let me show you my first fun purchase. And I'm going to put two things up at the same time. These are both made by Cynthia Rowley, who is well known for her Halloween things. This guy, as you can see, has a little bit of character, and he's a little tall, so you may not see my little scarecrow pumpkin very easily that says boo. But why I love these two so much, number one, I love the almost vintage Halloween feel, but they are going to be perfect by my front door. My front door coming into my house at Halloween has a Ballard design. No, not Ballard. I can't remember. It's either Ballard Designs or Guarded Hill, somebody catalog only, that has a witch's leg wreath that I love every single year. And I put a ton of pumpkins out there. So I loved how these both have, I'm sorry, you can't see him, but both have witches' hats, and they're both pumpkins. And so, and my outdoor theme is definitely orange, black, and white. So these are going to go right outside to greet all of my guests that come to my home during the Halloween season. All right, so that's the first one, and I have the memory I have is no cart, walked in, looked up, saw both of them, and said, "You're mine." Grabbed cart, put them in. All right, the next one. For those of you who are joining me again, I've been talking about for Halloween, my dining room becomes a skeleton-influenced room. And it's sort of based off of almost like a pirate ship that crashed on the coast. And so it's sort of the leftovers of the pirates. Well, this was waiting for me when I went in, and I picked it up. It's only $14.99. Oh, I should have told you all. These two Cynthia Rowley, this guy was $70. He was a little bit of an investment. And then my little scarecrow guy, he was about $50. So these two are the priciest things I picked up. They are made really well. I've played with all the different components to make sure nothing was loose. But these were the most expensive on the receipt. Now we're going to talk about things that are a little bit more economical, or at least talks you into thinking they're economical. All right. So this one is a Hollis Bryan home piece. When I saw it at my HomeGoods TJ Maxx, there were only two of them. And I haven't seen them in any other HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, At Homes, any others as I've been shopping. So I'm glad I grabbed him because he's perfect. He has the skeleton face. He kind of has that sort of pirate captain clothing on. So he'll be going into my dining room somewhere. I think these are also tied into that pirate room. These, I believe, are, candle holders. So these are a great example of items that I did see in July, but it didn't click in my brain. But the way they merchandised it at the HomeGoods location, they did do a nice job of putting other big pieces next to it. But these will go perfectly, again, in my pirate room, my skeleton room. These, I believe, are acrylic. I don't think these are glass. The small one is $16.99. The large one is $19.99. I did get a pair to put on my dining table. So definitely think these will be beautiful, especially with glowing candles on top. Okay, what's in here? I don't remember. Ooh, yeah. I've also only seen one of these. I did see another one that was a completely different color, but the black with the floral, there's two spots that I might be able to put this in. This is $19.99, but this pumpkin can either go in my dining room when it comes to, not dining room, excuse me, in my living room where I do have a little bit of a tie-in to the Day of the Dead. So there's a lot of flowers in there because my living room is a very bright, colorful space. And this might work when I put the Day of the Dead pillows that are black and some of the blankets that are black with flowers on it. The other option is I might put this in my office with the witch stuff, but the witch stuff tends to be more black, white, and orange. So this may be more for my living room, but I do love this one. I love that it has the flowers. I love that there's the happy colors that I normally gravitate to, but also has the depth of the black on the pumpkin. I think it's fun. These are options that I grabbed for my kitchen. So I don't know if I'm going to keep both of them, but see how these work with the colors in my space. And I'll put up on the screen what I ended up picking for my kitchen. There was a pink jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and then there were two, I think one was like a tree of almost macaroons and cookies and candies that were these colors. And then the other one was like a mini cake. That stuff would go on here, and I may put something like this up here on my sink, or I might put something over my stove, not sure. So I'm going to play with these, but that's why these are in here. Very colorful. Ooh, okay. This one had me, as they say, had me at hello. This is, I thought, a really beautiful book that says Witch's Classic Onion Brew with Skeleton Hands. And I have just the right spot in my office. My office is my office/library. So to have this great book opened up that says all these great details, that's a witch's brew recipe with these creepy skeleton hands with the black cover. Like I said, it had me at hello. Love, love, love this accessory. This guy was $29.99. And I think I finally, you guys, figured out my kitchen towels. I've purchased maybe 2 or 3 up to this point and returned them all. This one I think is going to work. So back to the trick or treat and the colors, because I have a pink pumpkin going in here, and then I have all the details I was telling you about the cakes and the trees and these. I think this is going to work. So these were meant to go together. So when I was at this location, they had a really interesting clearance section of candles, and these are all black wrought iron. Doesn't have I don't see a name of a company on here, but you can see as the red ticket price of $15. And you can't go wrong with simple wrought iron black candle holders if you have black in your dining room or space. And I have a black dining room table with black chairs. So these are going to go really nicely with all of my Halloween things. And during Halloween, I can pepper these throughout the house. So I got a set that, again, $15 each. I know I have some more coming up, but just know there's more coming. In the meantime, the other thing that's in this bag, okay, remember how I said I went in not to buy anything? I just remembered, I lied. I did go in to buy one thing. And the one thing I needed, I did find. So yay, I did actually get my purpose taken care of. And these tie into the witches. So I have shopped this year for some specific witches items, and I found a great hat. I found some fun brooms. I needed boots, and HomeGoods did not disappoint. So they had many, 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 many choices. I fell in love with these. I love the little fun, crazy detail of the spider and the webs on the back. I like the little faux feathers up here. And you know what I really liked is that these were almost life size for my feet. Because some of the other ones they had were really beautiful. They just were a little smaller, almost like for children. And if I had this big witch hat for an adult and a big broom going next to a big chair that I'm going to put all this together, it would have looked out of proportion, and that would bother me. So anyway, here are my official witchy boots to go with my witchy hat that I bought earlier in July. Let me grab one more box that has the remainder of this and the true gem that I found when I shopped at this location. There's the box that they gave me to transport the stuff in because it was heavy and fragile. First off, here are the remainder of the red, or not the red, the red tagged candle holders. So these were $7 each. Remember, these were $15. So these complement. And then there was one more that had a kind of neat, almost hammered, I don't know if you can see that, but hammered texture. And these were, oh goodness, I can't even see. Oh, these were also $7 each in the clearance section. Okay. It's probably not a good sign that I'm running out of room and I still have more bags on that side. Here was my surprise deal. Okay, dining room. Feeling really comfortable and confident with all the skeleton stuff. And candidly, maybe I bought too much. We'll find out. But what I didn't have was the right dishes. I have black and white dishes. I will use some of those as part of the layering. And I did find some cute little like side dishes that had a bunch of fun Halloween, I think it was tarot cards and palm reader and all that other fun stuff. But even that, as much as I love them, I may end up figuring out how to use those in my witch's room because it fits more of that theme. So I was thinking, okay, I need something that ties in this skeleton fun theme of not maybe pirates, but again, that just all these decrepit skeletons hanging out in this room. And I'm not going to take them all out. But I found on the shelf, it's a Potter's Studio plate, and there were exactly 12 of them. I don't need 12. I grab 8 because normally it's a place setting of 6 and then I get 2 extra either because they break or you have extra people who join you. So I like this a lot because along the edge, it may be hard to see in this light, but around these flowers that are the details, there's actually a little bit of gold. And I actually have plates that have gold line around it. And then I have black and white chargers. It's really like this would coordinate well. So I couldn't find a price tag on any of them. 0. So I went up to the cash register with my other stuff. And I said, I really love these. Have no idea how much they are. But when I found another plate that had, I can't remember if it was a haunted house scene or a witch's scene, but there was another set there. There was also the Jack Skellington series too. But they were, the dinner plates were, one was $7 and the other one was $9 a piece. And so I said, I think since this is not a Disney plate, maybe it's $9. So the lady went over and looked it up. You guys, they were $3.99 each. $3.99 sold, right? So I got 8 of them. She tried to get me to buy all 12. I did not eat all 12, though it would have been a bagging. But yeah, and I'm really excited about these because in a second, I'm going to show you what I ordered online from Williams Sonoma, and they coordinate with these. And I haven't opened them yet, so we're going to reveal together if I like the combination. But yeah, $3.99. Not bad. So go check out your HomeGoods and your TJ Maxx's and your Home Senses out there and Marshalls, etc. Because this is now the time the dinnerware is out. It wasn't out when I went in July, and they're going like hotcakes. All right, I'm going to make some space, and I'm going to keep these plates out so we can see my next store, which is technically online, and we're going to go to Williams Sonoma and see the plates that I purchased because I still don't see them in my local Williams Sonoma here in Massachusetts. So Williams Sonoma, gotta love Williams Sonoma. They are more of an investment than HomeGoods, and I will put the price of what I paid for these on the screen. I should have probably waited till they go on sale, but from what I understand, these aren't brand new this year. They've actually been, I think they were around last year as well, I think. And so I'm not sure if they mark these down. I don't know. But then my inner self said, I want it. And you know what? It was in my budget. So what I'm going to show you is these are salad plates, I believe, or dessert plates. So imagine, this is where I'm curious how this is going to look on top of what we got together at HomeGoods. If I can open the box. So these are appetizer plates. My apologies. But you can see scale-wise, they're going to work really well. Okay, so I got a set, 2 boxes of 4 to go with my 8 plates. And these I ordered online, and they came very quickly. So they're in stock if you want them now. The reason why I love them is because of the 4 unique patterns that are on each plate. So the first one is this great crow. And look, you guys, doesn't that look beautiful? Love it. So we have the crow. We have this awesome snake. Blech. We have a spider. And then, the favorite, the scorpion. So those are the 4. And as I mentioned, these will go and collaborate with these plates when I do the full setup on my dining table. But I'm so excited about these. It was one of those, yeah. I thought they'd be a little bigger, I'm going to be honest. But for what I'm doing, this is going to be just right. So I really do love them. So now this is going to relate to what you saw me look at when you went with me on this ride, my car ride, to Michael's. Only bought 2 bags. I was good. I used coupons. I think I even said in the video I spent $40. And what I really loved, and hopefully you're taking advantage of this if you have a Michael's nearby and you use fake plants for some of your decor. These are, I believe, ferns. Yeah, this is a dripping fern, but I don't know if it looks really bright green on the video, but here it looks very like an antique green, kind of like something you see growing over the stone rock in a cemetery. And these were 70% off. So they were originally $19.99, $20 for this little plant. And so I believe they're $6 each. So I grabbed them because these are great quality. The pots actually look nice and clean. So if I even wanted to use them just like this because they're black, it would work. But I did get 2 of these. They're either going to go in my office or in the dining room for the Halloween decor. They'll match either one, so we'll see. So that was 70% off. I also got 1 more of these netting items for the dining room as well, because this is going to look like I'm going to throw a fishing net over the dining room table. I bought 1 already. I received in the mail a skull and crossbones that I ordered at Amazon. And this is going to hang from the ceiling over some of my mirrors just to kind of tie in the extension of that fishing net feel. So I used my coupon. I think they had a 30% coupon. So I got this regular price item 30% off. And I think this was $20-something, $21, $22. So yeah, saved about $6. All right, here's the actual Halloween stuff. Oh, here's my receipt. I got the decorative thing It was a regular price at $22.99. I got it for $16.09. That's how much the fishing net was. All right. So here are 3 items I purchased from Michael's, and I think I mentioned in the video, my purpose of going was because I knew they had a few new Halloween collections that were just released. And so the first collection I saw had to do with witches, and my office is a witch theme. And so I thought this would be beautiful for an extra thing to have hanging in there, just a very spooky silhouette of a beautiful witch in a beautiful black and hat and outfit. And I love that there was also a raven in there, because I bought a new raven from At Home in my July Halloween haul. So really happy about this purchase. Then there was a section that had a collection that had a lot of library items. And Edgar Allan Poe, I believe he was featured in one of the pictures. They had library signs, a lot of quotes. So the first thing I grabbed, and these, by the way, were 30% off. All the witches and all the Ashland brand was on sale, which it typically is this time of year, but just letting you know from a cost perspective what I paid. So this was $19.99 originally, and I got it for $14. So it's one of those storage books, and so I plan on either doing it this way or this way. I actually have the Grimm fairy tale hardcover. So when I bought it, I was like, why am I buying this? But I liked the color. I liked the antique purple. And I also really like, this is normally $12.99. I got this for, it looks like $9.09. It's a weird price. Anyway, this is a quote that says, "Never trust the storyteller, only trust the story." I might even just keep this up year round. Again, this is going in my library, which is my office, but I definitely see these two together, and it would be in the same space as this cool witch. So that's what I got at Michael's. But what you did see, which was really cool, they had a whole collection on the library. They had a whole collection on like a ballroom, ball gown, haunted mansion sort of feel. And then they had like romantic skeletons and sort of kissing poses and hugging poses. They had one skeleton that cracked me up. He was on the toilet. But then the witch section I really liked. But it did look like they were waiting to replenish. Looked like they sort of set the scene for the merchandise, but not all the inventory came in yet. What I am looking forward to, though, on the website, I'll put it up on the screen, it looks like coming soon is an Alice in Wonderland theme. So I'm wondering if, since that's also under the Halloween bucket, I'm curious if that's rolling out in the next week or so. So that is Michael's. So then we went from Michael's and I walked next door to At Home. Not At Home, I keep calling it At Home. HomeSense. And I filmed over there. HomeSense looked fine. It just looked like it didn't get a lot of replenishment. So the things I'm showing on the screen, they did have a presence of Halloween here and there. Some of the stuff I recognized from the last time I was there in July. It really is more of a furniture store than it is an accessory store, theoretically. There's a lot of accessories there, but they may not necessarily replenish that as much as they do a TJ Maxx, HomeGoods, or Marshalls, or HomeGoods. I think I said that. So I didn't buy anything, but you saw on the screen what I saw, and again, nothing really that new. What I will take you now to is HomeGoods / Marshalls, which is where I ended my day yesterday. And that is where I found some goodies that I didn't expect to buy. But you guys, that's it. No more. I'm not buying after this because this year's Halloween has been so good. It's been really tempting. And obviously I've been buying. So I can't buy anymore. I have no space. So I'm going on air. I need you to hold me accountable. Put in the comments. Give me motivation not to buy anything else because it's been a fun Halloween shopping season. So let me grab my stuff from Marshalls and HomeGoods. All right. So I bought sort of finishing, we'll call it finishing touches items. This item I have been eyeballing for over a month. And I'm sure you've all seen similar versions of this in decorating shows. I actually have paper versions of these, but I needed more. And what I'm referring to as these are bats. The ones I have here, however, these are indoor outdoor, so I could put this on my outdoor decor area, or I can do indoors. The reason I mentioned that is because the ones I do currently have are paper, and I like how they're two-dimensional. I mean, it may be hard to see, but there's double bat wings on these. So I got two sets. They're $14.99 each. They're metal, and my plan is to use this currently. We'll see how it goes. When I do the Sleepy Hollow foyer, to have them flying up into the sky over my mirror, over my headless horseman that I got. So that is why I bought these. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and so I just got them. So now we're done. I don't have to get them anymore. We're all set. This thing that I have in here was a total impulse purchase. And when I looked at it, it just said, how fun, just do it, why not? So I went into the area that they sell all of the glassware and the plates, etc. And I didn't see anything new. Actually, I did see a couple plates. They were on like center merchandise platforms. I think there was a Charlie Brown. Either Charlie, no, it wasn't Charlie. It was Disney. There were Disney dessert plates that I never saw before. I think there were some ghost plates. Maybe that was at HomeGoods or HomeSense. My point is, there were a couple things, but nothing in the style I was looking at, and definitely not my $3.99 plates. But what I hadn't seen before, and I was already planning to do something fun from a bar perspective in my dining room, I saw this amazing, what are they calling this? Noir Night 4-piece bar tool set. And look at these bedazzled, fabulous skulls. And I can just see these next to all of the whiskey decanters, rum decanters. I have my new plate stand that I bought from Mackenzie Childs that's black and white. I can see that there with some fun hors d'oeuvres on it. I mean, it's going to be awesome. So definitely impulse purchase. You're probably asking how much. This was a little bit of a investment. Nothing like these guys. This was $34.99, but it has the bling, girl. It is having some fun, and I can't wait to serve some fabulous martinis with these. So that's why I got it. This other one, this is a mug that I purchased. I was standing in the cash line, the cash out line, and one of the things that I like to do is have coffee mugs that are thematic to the year or to the time of year, which a lot of you like to do. And the only mug I really saw that I liked, actually I loved, was a mummy mug from Pottery Barn. It just was a really cute mummy. And I really like it. And I still do this day. But this mug had me at hello. It had me at hello. And I said, all right, it's more affordable than the mummy mug because the mummy mug was coming from Pottery Barn. I think this is half the cost. And it represents me. And what I mean by that is, for those of you who've been hanging with me for a while, I'm from Hawaii, and this is what I'm calling my Aloha Ghostie. I know you could also say, oh, Summer, that's like a 60s ghostie, or it's from Summerween. But for me, for $6.99, this is now officially my Aloha Ghost. And so that's what I purchased for me for my coffee and my tea when it comes to October of 2025. Love him. And he matches this color scape in my kitchen. All right, I think this is the last couple of items, last bag. So I did need some new blankets for outside. This is a $19.99. Who makes this? Broomstick Spider and Frights makes this. Thought this was pretty. really big, fluffy. They do a great job with their throws. And then this one, remember this pumpkin that I talked about earlier? This has a skull with the same kind of concept of the flowers and the black. This I think will go really well with my Day of the Dead theme in my living room. So that's why I grabbed those. Oh, my very last purchase of Halloween, because we're done, like that I said. I like to color coordinate my soap with what's going on with my decor. So another impulse buy right next to my Aloha Ghost was a caramel candy apple hand scented hand soap. The colors, they matched, so I grabbed it. And that was for a whole $6.99. All right, so what do you think? Did I do well? Did I overdo it? Well, if I did, oh well, I'm going to have fun with it. This really, really, really sings to my happy. There is a lot of great details in these items. And for you guys, I hope this inspires you to be playful, have fun this Halloween. I can't believe I'm going to be decorating in about a month, and I can't wait to bring you along on the ride so you can see where all of these fun items are going, whether it's on the front porch, whether it's in my office, in my dining room, in my kitchen, in the living room, wherever. It's going to be fun. So thanks for shopping with me, everybody. And yeah, definitely remind me in the comments. Summer, no more spending. Good job, but no more spending. For now, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. And my next episode, it's going to focus on the garden. I'm going to show you not just some harvesting from the garden, but what we can make with all the goodies that are growing right now in the heat of August. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.